What I like about the Filson Historical Society project is, especially in their interiors, how they reinterpreted it in a way that's clearly contemporary and appropriate for the modern day context.
Anytime we can redevelop a historic site and add another 40, 50 years to the life of a building, to me is remarkable.
Hey Jim, it's great to be here with you in Louisville.
Hey Scott, welcome to the Filson.
What a beautiful building.
We're here at the Filson Historical Society, a beautiful Beaux Arts style mansion completed in 1905, and we'd run out of room and needed to expand. So we brought on De Leon and Primer to come up with a modern yet traditional building that fit the neighborhood, and they designed the wonderful Owsley Brown II History Center.
Ross, what an incredible room. Now, Jim was saying that this building was landmarked.
The entire neighborhood is actually the first landmark community in the whole country. This is one of almost 240 mansions that were built around the Southern Exposition in a 16-block area at the turn of the century. We think this is probably the best.
That much I can attest to. I mean, look at this fireplace. This looks like a Gustav Klimt painting from Vienna.
You're so close. This is Giannini and Hilgard out of Chicago at the turn of the century. They were doing early arts and crafts, which is echoing what was going on in Europe at the time. For us, one of the big things was materiality and proportion. How do you take hand-carved wood? How do you take hand-laid, load-bearing masonry, use those materials, use the proportions that came from that, and do something completely new, but sympathetic to the neighborhood it sits in.
Tradition with a twist. Roberto, I almost feel like we're in the movie The Wizard of Oz here, transitioning from the old world to the new.
Well, welcome to the Carriage House. This building, at one point, was a repository for the Filson's growing collection of artifacts. I mean, at one point, I even stepped over a typewriter that F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote The Great Gatsby on.
No way, I love that book. Well, you know, I can almost tell this used to be a carriage house because I think we even walked through the garage door here, but look at how it was handled in such a contemporary way.
Well, now this building serves as the new entry hub for the Filson campus, which connects the existing Ferguson Mansion, which has the period rooms, the library, the research spaces, with the new building, which has the new archival collection and public event spaces.
Yeah, now looking up here, I can kind of tell that this structure used to have a lot of wood, and you've cleared all that out of here and reinforced the building with all this heavy steel.
Well, and that was an important aspect of renovating this building. We really wanted to celebrate and reveal the amazing defining characteristics of this historic carriage house. So here, you really see the juxtaposition between old and new. Now we're in the new addition, which has public event spaces and archival storage for the Filson.
Not to mention a grand staircase, which happens to be every architect's dream detail.
This was a lot of fun, and this was inspired by all the period detailing that's in the Ferguson Mansion.
The detailing over in the Ferguson looks hand-carved, whereas the treatment here almost looks carved by nature, specifically water, which is such a contemporary treatment.
Well, that was an important aspect of the detailing for the staircase. We really wanted to convey a sense of handcraftedness or things being handmade. The wood that you see here, not just on the staircase, but also throughout the new addition, is out of tulip poplar, which is the state tree of Kentucky. A fun fact is this is only suspended from 2 points.
You mean this is actually hung from the ceiling?
Exactly. There's actually a very complex steel frame that is underneath all of this wood cladding. So this really is an engineering feat.
Roberto, I really love how you terminated the staircase here on this angled landing. This landing could have been parallel to the windows, but this is so much more dramatic this way.
Well, we really wanted the staircase to be a spatial experience, one that culminates in this view of downtown Louisville. This was inspired by all the detailing that you saw in the Ferguson Mansion, specifically the ornateness of this ceiling. This is actually made out of tulip poplar and lucite strips. So this is a space that transforms throughout the day because of natural light.
So I get it, you know, all the ornate detail over there in the Ferguson. Now this is very ornate as well, except the ornateness is handled in a purely contemporary way.
Well, and this building really is an interpretation of the Ferguson Mansion, but one that turns it inside out. And for the first time, it's revealed to the city.
The Filson Historical Society inspires its community to build a stronger future by building on the past. And Ross and Roberto have brought that same spirit to this beautiful project.
If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more every week.